Hi everyone, this is Ben, and this is my final update for my MMP for the website that I've built, calling it Student Affairs Technology Solutions.com. So let's get right to it, I suppose. Let's see. I have the website ready. There we go. All right. So this is the website. I did add a bunch of stuff actually that I was able to figure out. So this is kind of the new revamped homepage. As you can see, I've left the color scheme and logo and everything. However, there is a bunch of stuff that's new. So over on the left-hand column, I was able to figure out how to use an RSS feed. And right now I have a feed from the Chronicle of Higher Education. So you can see this puts a bunch of articles that have a lot to do with my site. So you can talk about Coursera, some IT stuff at Indiana U, and this is all current. As you can see, it pulls kind of the latest articles from the website, from the Chronicle, which is a pretty prominent higher education website. So you can see if you click that, it goes right to the page, which is great. And that will automatically update as they post articles, which is awesome. Let's see, we also have some follow stuff down here. You can follow the blog, you can follow it via email, and over here on the right, you can see we have the Twitter account. I went with SA Tech 404, 404 being the code that comes up when a page is not found. Ultimately, all the handles I tried to get were taken, so this seemed like a pretty good one to get started with, rather than my personal account. So I figured this would be just kind of a good change. So you can see this has my latest tweet in there, kind of announcing everything, putting it out there, and try to put it on Facebook and everything as well. And then over here, we have the latest posts. You can see podcast 1, podcast 2 are all on here on the homepage. So we can go to the About section. It changes up a little bit. This is just kind of the general About section, and here would be the quote-unquote staff, which is currently myself. I had to get my friend Michael to put a little blurb in here as well. So there will actually be a few people listed here eventually. And then again, we have kind of the Twitter and the following feeds on the right. From there, there's a couple other spots. There's the staff resources section, which I'm still working on. I had actually made an Outlook tip via a video, and when I tried to render it on my work computer, it won't function for me. It does not work. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So instead, I kind of wrote one up, and hopefully the next couple of days, I'll have some tips up there if I can get the school to allow me access to use Screencast-O-Matic or another kind of software solution for that. Still kind of working on how to make that happen. Unfortunately, I don't have administrative access to my work computer, which makes it kind of tough. But I think I'll have a solution for that soon. Over here, we have a list of software solutions. And as you can see, it just kind of gives you some information. Currently, I only have stuff up about housing software, but I'll be adding some stuff and doing some screenshots, that kind of thing. You can kind of get some basic information, the costs, some features. It's just kind of a nice clearinghouse, and I'll be adding sections to this as time goes on. And then kind of the big section is the blogs and podcasts section. So you go here, the blogs and podcasts, as you can see. Right now we have I have two episodes completed. Episode 1 where we talk about Google Hangouts and I interview some folks from Seaboard. And then we have a second podcast up as well that I was able to do about getting started in social media. I put some links here that kind of talk about what we discussed during the actual episode. You can see namecheck.com or namechk.com is a really good resource for finding kind of your desired social media handles, if you will. And also Hootsuite, which is a kind of a management platform where you can go to manage all your various social media accounts. So for those that are using social media for their job or just need to kind of check up on things, this really is a great resource. So a lot of great stuff in here. And then over on the right, you can see it just kind of lists the various podcasts. As these get longer, obviously it will only list a few on the main page here. So you'll be able to see the recent things on the right, and then on the left, there'll be archives by month. These are all hosted in SoundCloud. Currently, SoundCloud gives me a few hours of free time, so eventually we have to find another solution for how to actually host the podcast recordings. But for right now, the SoundCloud is working great, actually. If I click on it, it starts right up. I don't think you can hear that, but it does sound excellent. I do all the mixing in GarageBand. So you just kind of record a couple tracks. I've got a couple Audio-Technica microphones that I'm using. I record on a 4-track recorder, which goes right into GarageBand, so I can mix it all later. It's actually very convenient. It's a lot easier than it sounds, to be honest. If you have the right equipment, it's really easy to do. So other stuff we got going on, you can see we have a little Twitter icon, which goes right to the Twitter page, which is nicely set up. And I've been following a lot of kind of student affairs blogs and other folks, hoping that I get some more followers out of them. I had to put a little bit out there on Facebook about it, I think. See if I can get some other folks to start following it and get some retweets out of it and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm pretty excited about it. This is something I've been talking about doing for a long time, and I'm excited to kind of finally use this class to help launch it. Obviously right now it's, I wouldn't call it 100% done, but I think it's at a place where I feel comfortable putting it out there and really trying to get some folks to give it a listen, give some feedback, see if people enjoy it. One thing I do need to look into in the podcast page right now, the only place you can listen to it is right here on the page. But I also know that people do use iTunes to kind of automatically download some stuff. So one thing I need to look into is getting the podcast into iTunes as well, so people can subscribe to it and just download it automatically. Then they can listen on the go. So hopefully I'll have that figured out in the next week or so, and maybe we can get some more followers there. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've got. If you have a few minutes, you can see the episodes are kind of long. They're 21 minutes and 24 minutes respectively. So, give it a listen, see what you think. If you have any feedback, please let me know. And if you have any ideas or anybody here wants to be a future guest on the podcast, I am doing an interview this week via Skype with someone actually from UMass Amherst. So I have figured out how to do kind of long distance interviews. So if anyone's interested in being a part of it and doing an interview or maybe co-hosting or something, please feel free to reach out. Love to work with you. Anyway, hopefully you like it. Enjoy. Thanks so much.